All right, let's dive right in. We're going to break down a proven 30-day plan for all you new personal trainers out there. And the goal? It's simple, to land that all-important first ever paying client. So you did it. You're certified, you're fired up, and you are ready to start changing lives. But then, bam, you hit that first big war, right? That question that every single new trainer asks, okay, now what? Where do I actually start? It can feel super overwhelming, trust me, but you are not alone in this. And listen, let's be real about what's at stake. That first client, there's so much more than just a client. They are your proof of concept. They're your very first testimonial, the seed for your reputation. It's that moment where all your hard work and investment finally starts to pay off. Seriously, it is probably the most important client you will ever get.
Okay, so the guide we're looking at has like 30 different tasks. And I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a massive, overwhelming to-do list. But here's the secret. Don't think of it as a checklist. Think of it as a blueprint for a system. A system is something you can use over and over again, and that's exactly what we're building today.
So this whole system, it stands on three main pillars. First up, we've got build your professional brand, then activate your inner circle, and finally, proactively prospect for clients. It's a super clear roadmap, so let's jump right into part one. All right, part one, building your professional brand. Think of this as the foundation of your entire business. I mean, before you can go out and sell your services, you've got to be crystal clear on what you're actually selling and, just as important, who you're selling it to. This is all about getting your own house in order before you invite anyone over.
This quote right here just nails the mindset you need. It's not enough to just be a trainer. You have to present yourself like a top-tier professional. Everything, and I mean everything, from your Instagram bio to what you wear at the gym, it all sends a message. It's about acting the part from the very first day.
So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, first, you got to define your niche. Who are you for? Postpartum moms, weekend warriors, active seniors? Then you create a totally irresistible first client offer. You've got to have some killer workout plans ready to go for beginners and for weight loss. And of course, you always dress the part. All these little things build massive credibility before you even say hello to a potential client.
And a huge piece of your brand is your elevator pitch. You know, that quick 30-second answer when someone asks, "So what do you do?" You need to nail this. It has to clearly say who you help, what you do for them, and the amazing result they're going to get. If you get this down, you'll never miss a chance to make a great first impression.
Okay, look at this. This is the perfect example. The before bio, personal trainer, snooze. The after bio is a total game changer. It's a client magnet. It's super specific. New moms in Miami. It promises a clear benefit, regain strength and confidence. And boom, a clear call to action. See how that small tweak transforms a boring profile into a machine that actually brings you clients? All right, so your brand is looking sharp. Now we're moving on to pillar 2, activating your inner circle. And here's a little secret that so many new trainers just completely miss. Your first client probably isn't going to be some random stranger. Nope, they're likely someone you already know or maybe a friend of a friend. And why is your inner circle so powerful? It all comes down to one simple word: trust. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, they already trust you. So this whole phase is about tapping into that pre-existing trust and turning it into referrals. It's honestly your biggest asset right out of the gate. So the game plan here is pretty simple. First, you literally make a list of everyone you know. But here's the key. You're not asking them to be your client. Instead, you're asking them to be your ambassadors. You're giving them the power to spread the word for you. At the same time, you start connecting with people on social media who fit your niche, and you make it incredibly easy for them to take that first step. So how do you make it easy? Simple. You offer 3 free trial sessions. This is such a brilliant move because it's totally low risk for them. It gives them a chance to experience just how awesome you are without spending a dime. You're not asking for their credit card, you're just asking for a chance to prove yourself. It just completely removes any reason to say no. Okay, let's get to the final pillar. And this is the exciting part. Proactive client prospecting. We've built the brand, we've warmed up our network. Now it's time to go on the offensive. This is where we stop waiting and start creating our own opportunities through direct action. This is where you go get them. The magic word here is proactive.
You absolutely cannot just sit back and wait for clients to magically find you. This whole section is about putting yourself out there, putting yourself in situations where people can see what you can do. It's the make it happen part of the plan.
And here are some really effective ways to do that. How about hosting a free open training day in a local park? Or go visit some local gyms, clinics, or nutritionists to see about partnerships. Even the way you train yourself in public can be a form of marketing. And never forget the power of a simple follow-up call to someone who seemed interested but wasn't quite sure. That can be the thing that seals the deal. Now, this is so important. This is the golden rule of the gym floor. You're not there to be a salesperson. Please, don't walk up to someone and give them a sales pitch. The goal is to offer genuine help. See someone struggling with their form? Gently offer a tip. Offer to spot someone. Just give a quick word of encouragement. That's how you build a real connection and show you're a helpful expert, not just another person trying to sell something. So as we start to pull this all together, let's just zoom out for a second. We've talked about building your brand, activating your network, and being proactive. But look, this isn't just a list of tricks to get one client. This is the actual foundation for a long, successful career.
If you take away just one thing, let it be this. What we've just gone through is not a one-and-done checklist. It is a repeatable system. You get that first client, and what do? You don't just toss the playbook. You run the system again to get your second client, and your third, and your 10th. This is how you build an actual business.
And at the end of the day, this is why all this matters. Following a system like this is the fastest way to make back the money you invested in your certification. But it's so much bigger than that. This is your path to building a career where you call the shots, where you have the freedom and the control you've been working towards.
So there you have it. That's the system. Your first client is definitely out there. They're waiting for someone just like you to help them change their life. So the only real question is, what's your first move going to be tomorrow?